Hi, it's Ekaterina, and I'd like to share a story with you today that'll really get you thinking about the way you explore life on Earth, plants, animals, and human beings. Enjoy! The Earth came to be a very long time ago. When the Earth was formed, it was very hot. Over a long time, the gases of the Earth cooled, and eventually the crust of the Earth was formed. After the Earth's crust was solid, the rains became the seas in the hollows of the crust. The heavy clouds disappeared, and the sun could see its Earth. The sun was very happy. It couldn't stop looking at the Earth. It looked at the Earth every single day. There was air above the Earth, rocks and water on the Earth. Air, rocks, and water had their laws, and they followed these laws. Now, perhaps you think that the Earth was just as it is today. Not so. The Earth was very different. It was very stormy then, thunder and lightning all the time. Even though the crust was formed, the Earth was still quite hot. But the Earth was still not like the Earth we know today. You might wonder how the Earth changed into the Earth we know. Other people have wondered the same thing. No one really knows, but let's imagine. Go back in your imagination a long time ago, to the time when the Earth was still hot. The air was full of carbon dioxide and other gases. The weather was stormy and the air was always moving. Rain fell through the air and mixed with the carbon dioxide in the air. The mixture of water and carbon dioxide created a weak acid. This weak acid fell upon the rocks and caused them to crumble. During the storms, water from the sea was battering and crumbling the rocks as well. The water flowing down to the sea carried all this crumbled rock to the sea. The seas were getting full of crumbled rock, all kinds of salts and minerals. Picture in your imagination a spherical Earth, stormy with air, water, and rock. Just that. It is certainly not like this today. What could have happened to change the situation? Well, let's imagine a drama. Sun, water, air, and rock, and the big boss are the cast of characters in this drama. Sun noticed that the sea was getting full of minerals and was concerned. Sun said to Water, "Water, what is going on? You are getting so full of salts and minerals." Water said, "I don't know what is happening. I'm just following my laws. If it is hot, I evaporate. If it cools, I turn back into a liquid. If it gets cold, I turn into a solid." But air, now air might have something to do with the problem. When air gets hot, it picks me up and it carries me up high. And when air gets cold, it can't hold me anymore because I turn into a liquid and get too heavy. It's not my fault. I'm attracted to carbon dioxide. And it's not my fault I drop down to the rocks and with the help of carbon dioxide, crumble them. Why don't you go speak to air? So Sun went and spoke to air. "Air, what is going on?" Air said, "I don't know. I'm just following my laws. I'm made up of gases, and I've been given the job to cover the Earth like a blanket around her. This is a big job, and I move around a lot to make sure all the parts are covered. But I agree, there's a problem, and I think rock has something to do with that problem. Rock gets so hot that it makes me hot, and then I have to follow my law and move. But if I move when I'm hot, I carry water with me. Water gets too heavy when I go up, so I have to drop water. But water takes some of my carbon dioxide, and this mixture crumbles rock. The other thing that happens is that when I move quickly during a storm, I smash water onto rock, and water crumbles rock even more. So if rock wouldn't get so hot, then I wouldn't get so hot. I wouldn't pick up water that crumbles rock and washes rock into the sea. So why don't you go speak to rock? So Sun went and spoke to rock. Rock, what is going on? Rock said, I also agree there's a problem, but I'm just following my laws like everybody else. I sit here all day and I get heated by your rays. I don't move by myself. Water crumbles me and washes me to the sea. Sun, I think you have to figure out what to do. Sun said, Well, I can see that water and rock are following the laws of the big boss, so I'll have to consult the big boss who directs all the universe. So, Big Boss agreed to solve the problem. Big Boss said to some particles on Earth, I give you sensitivity, and in order to exist, you will eat and you will create others. You will find all that you need on Earth. All of you will not eat the same thing. You will not consume everything you eat. You will eat part of it, and the rest you will reject. Your job is to grow and multiply, and you will be as hungry as you need to be to get your job done. Your job is very important. You will have a home there along with water, air, and rock. This drama brings to your mind the idea that life came to Earth at some time and, in fact, still exists on Earth. The beginning of life is the beginning of all things on Earth that eat, grow, reproduce, die, and then give back. Everything in the universe has its laws, and life has the law to eat, to grow, reproduce, by taking whatever it needs from the environment. In following its law, life maintains a balance of elements on Earth. We can find out what we do know only by reading the story in the book of the rocks on Earth. Every day, new pages are being read. Maybe one day you will read one of the pages of this book. The end.